Hello everyone, my name is Samyak Jain and today I will be taking you through a student survey form that I have built using Angular framework and Spring Boot application. In this project, I have developed a responsive Angular application, implemented RESTful services in Spring Boot, integrated MySQL for data storage, and designed a comprehensive survey form. Also, I have ensured real-time feedback and data viewing. Now I will take you through the Spring Boot application. So this is my Spring Boot application. So here if we see in the tree layout, this is a structure of the Spring Boot project for the survey form. It has a layout with Java source code organized by packages for controller, exceptions, interfaces, model, repository, and service. In the resources directory, this holds the app.properties and other resources, while the test directory contains test cases. The pom.xml, this file manages the dependencies and build configurations. Now in the survey controller class, so this survey controller class manages the survey related HTTP requests. So in this at the rate cross origin, it allows cross origin requests from any domain. The REST controller and request mapping, it designates this as a REST controller with base URL API/v1. This private survey interface, it injects the survey interface for all the CRUD operations that we have performed to build a survey form. Post mapping, it saves the new survey and returns, and this saves the new survey and returns to 201 created status using this http status dot created. Get mapping, it retrieves all the list of all the surveys, both these get mappings. And the delete mapping, it deletes the survey by ID and returns 204 no content after deletion. Put mapping is used to update the surveys by ID, and this returns 200 OK. Now I will take you through the app.properties file. This configuration sets up a Spring Boot app named survey form to connect to my SQL database HWE 642 on localhost. It also specifies database credentials, disables SSL, and sets JDBC driver. The application that I am running, it runs on port 9092. This is what I have specified. So if we go to the survey class, this is the survey model class. This survey class represents a survey entity with fields for all the personal details, and it uses Lombok for simplified getters and setters, and JPA notation to map to a survey table with ID as the primary key. So we have set our ID as the primary key here. So now I will show you that my SQL server is running and storing the table. Before that, I will start my Spring Boot application. Before that, I have to clean. So you see that I have cleaned the survey, and now I will build and install to get the package. So it says that I have successfully built the file, and now you can see that target folder is created where I have my jar file. Now I will start my application. So you can see that my server has started, and it has started the Tomcat server on port 9092. This is what I have specified. Now I will show you the MySQL that my server is up and running. So you can see that my SQL is running, and now I will show you the databases. So you can see that these are the databases that are created in my SQL. So I have created my database as SWE 642. So we use this SWE 642. So now our database has changed to SWE 642. So in this I can see what I have, the table that I have created in SWE 642. So here we can see the tables. So there is only one table that is created under this database, that is by the name survey. Now we can see the content also in the table. So using the command select star from survey, it will show all the content, all the list that I have already created inside the survey table. So now you can see that there are three surveys that I have already filled before recording this video. So it is showing me the three records that are already present inside the table. So now I will take you through the Angular project that I have used to create the front end. So this is my Angular project. So in the source directory, so we can see that this is the tree layout. In the source directory, we have components for submitting, listing and updating the survey, along with all the main application files, routing configurations and survey service for backend communication. So if I show you the survey service class, so this survey service class provides methods to interact with the backend API for the survey operations. It uses the HTTP client module to perform HTTP requests to a server running on port 9092. So this service includes functions to fetch all the surveys, submit a new survey, delete a survey using the ID, update the surveys using the ID, and also it retrieves survey using the ID. Also each method returns an observable to handle asynchronous data streams. So now since I have showed you all the configuration files, this is the survey service file. This is the specs for the submit survey. Here we have specified. This is the HTML file that we have created to submit a survey. This is the HTML file that we have created to list all the components list all the components inside the survey list. And this is the HTML. This is the new HTML file that we have created when we want to update our list. So now if we run our front end using the command ng serve. So my Angular project is running on localhost 4200. So now we can see that this is my home page for the survey form. So now if I want to, this is the front page of my survey form. Now if I want to see the survey list, so this is the survey list. I have already created some of the records. So you can see that there are 3 records that I have already created. This is in parallel to what we have seen in the MySQL server. Now, so for example, I submit my new survey as my name. So now you can see that I have completed this my survey form. Now if I submit this form, so it says that my form has been successfully submitted. So now if I want to view my list, I can see it in the survey list. So you can see that this is the new survey that I have created just now. Now if I want to update this form, I will simply click on the update form. It will give me a prompt to make sure that I want to update this form. So if I click OK, you can see that it gives me a pre-filled form, and I can simply delete and give it another email, or whatever I want to give. For example, I give this email as abc@gg.com, and if I want to change my telephone number, and if I want to change my things that I like about my campus, I can change it here. And now if I submit my form, it says that my form is successfully submitted. And now if I go back to my survey list, I can see that my form has been successfully updated. So you can see here, these are the new updated actions that I have done. So under this action also we have a delete function. So if I want to delete one of the records, I can simply click on the delete function, delete action, and delete the form. So if I want to delete the second record, I'll simply click on delete. So it will give me a prompt if I want to delete the survey. So if I click OK, it will simply delete my form. Thank you, and this was the end of the project that I have done to build a new survey form. Thank you.